What's good, guys? Blind Dave here. So, manipulation of markets, the economy, where's it going, what I think. You know, I was there in .com era before. I was there in 07, 08. I was there in run-up of 2017 and cryptocurrency. You know, to me right now, a lot of things just don't make sense. And to me, when they don't make sense, I have to worry about securing my assets. A lot of you probably think, oh, it could never happen, this time it's different. Isn't that what they always say, though? And look at MF Global, really? So, stock market, I never would have thought would have been this high, but really we're the governing agencies over that, as far as stock buybacks, pushing up the price, whatnot. Like in before the .com, they were saying that earnings didn't matter. PE ratios, price divided by earnings. So, when things to me don't make sense, I just pull myself out. I'm hearing a lot of the same things where, it's the future and this and that, and it's like the herd is just all there. And isn't it strange how, it seems every so often, it's like they just seem to harvest us for our hard-earned money that we have set aside into investments. If anyone is a custodian of your assets, like I said, don't get MF Global. And take custody of your own stuff. But at the same time, isn't everything just done at Seed and Company? Water Street, really? Anyway, there's no way that, they show me a certificate of stock. I don't think it exists anymore. I remember as a child getting different things from my parents with their dividend stocks and whatnot, but or everyone else just jumps on the bandwagon and wants to dive into Hertz. Really? They filed bankruptcy. You know that, right? And one of my cousins is calling me right now. Perfect timing, dude. Perfect timing. I'll call you back. Anyway. Yeah, I'm doing this on my cell phone. But it's more like a harvest, it seems, that they do. Where everyone is in this euphoric stage of the market. Oh, it'll never come back down. This time it's different. It's going to the moon. It's going to the moon. And all of a sudden, one day, and they call it a black swan. I remember 1987. I remember the day. I couldn't understand it then. I mean, I was, 5th grade? I couldn't understand it then. Everyone was over-invested, really. Or their assets weren't diversified enough. Currently, right now, none of what I say here is financial advice. Don't take it as such. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not your attorney. I'm not your CPA. I ain't your mommy or your daddy. You make your own damn decisions. So I don't know why they gotta go after some of us just spreading what we think, but whatever. But everyone's in this euphoric stage, it seems, yet again, and it feels like they're just going to harvest it again. There seems to be more money made in a bear market or on the downside of the market than on the upside. That was like after the dot-com. If you were invested in the dot-com, it took till what, 2007 for you to actually break even, or maybe 2010 or 11, somewhere around there, just to break back even. But no, during the euphoric times, that's how they say when others are, be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. I watched a friend's video. He was used an analogy of salmon swimming in the stream. They don't just all swim downstream. That's easy. They swim upstream. So he's got a point. I think you're wrong on the cryptocurrency bit. And I think you're wrong in the gold and silver bit. But as far as equities, yeah, I wouldn't be in equities for nothing. I wouldn't be in bonds for anything. You crazy. I mean, isn't that what the Chinese hold? Really? They hold the bond because they want that insurance policy to, if they want to call that debt back on the United States, they will just say, okay, well, here's the bonds. Oh, you mean your treasury is not going to back that now? Thus, bankruptcy. Anyway, I wouldn't be in bonds for nothing. 40-year bull market. It's overdone. It's way overdone. I don't know how it's continued on this far. I really don't. I thought it was going to end many, many years ago. But you can only predict the end of the world once. I just tried to look around and feel the different things going off in the markets where I feel the sentiment has changed. Some of my old friends know that I used to write papers for others in college, in business, on two completely different aspects of the market. Always made an A. But whatever. No, now I will say, during the dot-com era, that was dumb luck. That really was. Before the 2008 crash and all the housing market crash, there were a few people I listened to at that time, and I felt that they were correct. I felt that, and I started looking more deeper into things, and so, I know others who, during that time, they took their equities. They took other things, and then they converted it over into annuities at that time. Now, I'm not suggesting annuities now either. I'm not big on insurance companies. I'm just not. Sorry, y'all. I'm early, still stiff. Only have one cup of coffee. Getting there. But, during these times before a crash, everyone is all euphoric. The market's only going up. It's only going up. Makes me question that. So, and then to question the the safety and security of those assets. Like I said, don't get MF Globaled. It just, because when you're trying to press the sell button, so is everyone else. And then they're closed on Saturday and Sunday. Suddenly the exchange goes down. Whatever you're using, like Robinhood, whatever, if you're just trading paper markets. Now, what I suggest, now granted, things have kind of shot up recently, so I do this over time. I always allocate, I don't put 100% of my money into any one thing. It's always best to be diversified. Follow the money. Look at what big money's doing. What did Warren Buffett just do? Talk about rat poison squared. With Bitcoin. Really? Really? Blockchain LLC? Really? Grayscale? Wow. Berkshire is knee deep in all kinds of stuff. So I don't buy that for a damn second. What they say, watch what they do, not what they say. But now this dude buys Merrick. Really? The biggest name in metals. So if anyone is wondering, I used to give people gifts. People in the family would give them gifts. This is a silver-proof eagle. But I feel that metals of really any type should be the core of any position. So I got these back after my father passed. Don't know if you can make that out. Let's see. It's a Native American Indian head. So probably like 1910, 1913, somewhere around there. I gave a few of these out, like to my father and whatnot. But no, I do strongly suggest metals in your own possession, physical. I do strongly suggest cryptocurrency. I do see the markets with the tokenization of assets. That will be huge. Right now it's better to be early than a day too late. Here's something else I had given my father. I can't really tell. It's a proof 10th ounce coin. So, but everything else is put away in the back cave. This is just really what I have. Just a couple little things. That's really it in the house, and I don't store anything in the house. Like I said, everything's in a back cave. For protection. Somebody breaks in, they ain't gonna, what they gonna take, the freaking TV? What they do, okay. But no, I would say with the money printing, the Federal Reserve going nuts, which is not federal, has no reserves, is not constitutional. As Article 1, Section 8 of the U.S. Constitution states, by weights and measures, to where the Treasury would then coin money. And here we are now. Where's the coin? Go give me a box of nickels from the bank. Go give me $100 of nickels from the bank. Can't be done. No one has any change right now. That's coin. That's minted by the United States Treasury. Look at your dollar. It says Federal Reserve note. That's not a dollar. What is a note? Define that. A note is a debt. Did you know that the Federal Reserve is privately owned. Dive deep into that. That is not a government agency. Now, I would think from in Article 1, between sections 6 through 8 would define how to overturn that, and thus giving power to the purse, to the House, defining that by 2/3 majority to reinstitute a new dollar. I'm saying that, if you research anything like Hidden Secrets of Money by Mike Maloney, spot on. Spot on. That defines a lot of what I just said. Really does. Go dive deep into Mike Maloney, Hidden Secrets of Money. That's a great foundation to start with. And then what is the dollar going to be backed by? I don't know. What is it backed by now? Nothing. Full faith and confidence of the U.S. government? Really? Guns? War? What was his name? Backed by debt and death. Truth never told. That dude, I used to listen to him years ago until everything just was like, oh, everything's, I can't listen to a lot of that kind of stuff anymore because it plays on people's fear, and I don't agree with that. Using fear as a weapon. Will it happen? Yeah, it will happen. One day. What day? Don't have a clue. Don't have a clue. Neither do you. But I set this money aside for family, not for me. Real hard physical assets. Same thing with cryptocurrency. It is a hard physical asset in a hard physical cold wallet, stored offline. All I do is I just, send a transaction to the address. But everyone's so euphoric on all of this stuff. I have to question, what's about to happen? Are they about to harvest us again? I'm not saying tomorrow. It might not even be this year. But the day that it happens, will you be able to sell? Will you be able to get your money out? That's why I don't like 401ks. I know a lot of people did really, really well with 401k. To me, I was just looking at it, I was like, so I can't touch it until I'm, 68 years old or 65 or something like that. Shit, I'm not going to live that long. I already know that. I've got pre-existing conditions. I already know that that's not a thing for me. So, I'm doing this because, like a buddy of mine in a chat one day said, this is an insurance policy. That's exactly the way it should be revered. And no, I don't suggest every single dollar you have coming in goes into metals or goes into crypto or goes into equities or goes into bonds or annuities or whatnot. Just make sure it's liquid. That's all I'm saying. Just make sure it's liquid. Make sure you can touch it. If anything does happen, it's like right now, I got a bunch of coins stored. I mean, look at Weimar. Let's look at Weimar, Germany. What happened then? A kid, it had a 1 ounce gold coin and bought the entire corner. It was a hotel and a nice one at that, for a 1 ounce gold coin. Look at Venezuela right now. Did you know that right now 1 ounce of silver, 1 ounce in Venezuela right now will buy you more than 6 months worth of food? And they're all starving. They already ate all the damn zoo animals. And their dollar was tied 1-to-1 with ours. Or I say ours, the United States dollar. So don't say it can't happen. It can. And it's it was said about every 40 years there's a new currency that comes along. And there's never been one currency that lasted. They've all gone to zero. It's just, and it's because they continue to spend. Like I said, the money printer is just going burr, and let's send out checks. You know what? Let's bring in universal basic income. Let's go frickin' socialist. Socialism doesn't work. Socialism only works until you run out of other people's money. This is why we're in the trouble that we're in. Too much government oversight. A damn nanny state. That's why a lot of cryptocurrencies are kind of stuck in a rut, because a lot of them are afraid of the SEC going after them. I mean, look at Veritaseum. Veritaseum can solve so many different issues, it's not even funny. I mean, there's the end of your manipulation. Veritaseum, Veritas, means truth. It's a truth protocol. You cannot manipulate the code. And the code, I have to reflect on another friend. And all of his research the last 20-something years with GATA, Gold Antitrust Association. Look at where that started. Alan Greenspan. I used to watch Alan Greenspan every day. I was blown away. He used to just mystify these other people with his words. And at that time, did you know Alan Greenspan was a computer programmer? And you telling me that there's no manipulation in markets? What was it? Root A in the basic. Root A in basic. Anyway, look that up. Go look up Bix Weir, W-E-I-R, Road to Ruta. And it's just road, so like a road you travel on, to, T-O, and then root, like Route 66. But root and then A. So no, it's not Roto-Rooter, like the plumber. Road to Route A. Got a lot that he says in there that I agree with to an extent. A lot of it is it's a large pill to swallow. But first I would begin watching Mike Maloney, Hidden Secrets of Money. He dives deep into how money works by borrowing money, printing money, then money being borrowed into existence by the banks, which is only a 1 to 10 backing. So if you deposit $100 into the bank, they can print 10 times that, or loan that amount out. Try it one day. Go to your bank. And I do suggest holding on to a little bit of cash at your home. I don't suggest leaving everything in a checking account or a savings account. I think that is laughable. Back in the day, the old timers, they used to put their money into a CD and they could retire on a CD. Well, guess what? Now you have those kind of returns in cryptocurrency. Not one specific coin. There are many that pay a dividend. It's called staking, which is you put up your balance of what you have, you stake that, and you are then rewarded based upon how much you stake over consensus to where every node is verifying transactions simultaneously against other nodes. So when there's a change in the system, all the other nodes have to then verify it. So it's trustless. That's why it's the future. You don't have to trust this person or that person. And I don't like these different financial people that just want your money. You go and you put, say a family member passes away, and you're going to this person to invest that money long term. And it's like every quarter they end up with a loss. And then management fees and, we had to go in and change this to your account. No, basically you servicing the account, you took a commission every time you placed a transaction. Thanks, but that's not what I wanted. And then what you did want ends up doing what you wanted it to do to start with. So I don't really care much for them. I'd rather do my own damn research, put my money out there where I want it. But yeah, right now the only things to me that make sense are metals, albeit gold, silver, platinum, palladium, rhodium, copper, and cryptocurrency. But of specific ones, you got fly-by-night companies. You got some that are out there that, look, great idea, but it's not really going to go anywhere. Or you look out the code many years into the future and it'll fail or get clogged, just a bottleneck when you try to sell or move or maneuver. That's why I don't have a whole lot in Bitcoin anymore. I mean, because in 2017, I could just one transaction, whether to buy or sell, or just send it to your gold wallet. It would cost you $50 each way. There were people involved that said that transactions went up to close to $1,000. And look, a lot of these other people, I know them. I love these people. I've met a lot of them. They talk about the Lightning Network. I ain't really buying that. I'm really not. I'm not really a fan of off-chain transactions. And then the things getting lost. And, we really have a difficult enough time as it is with other people trying to just understand on-chain transactions. And you want to make stuff so much more complicated. Look, that's great for all of us techie people who can get in and get out and do different things. But for the average person, that ain't going to work. And then other people saying that, all these other chains need the Lightning Network. Look, don't need Lightning Network, but I think it would be cool if Lightning Network would implement Digibyte. Digibyte does not need Lightning Network to function. In fact, we can actually enhance the Lightning Network. Look into that. Ask Josiah. He'll tell you. We can. I mean, look at how long it would take to onboard everyone in the Lightning Network, and Digibyte can do the entire globe in how much less of a time? I'm not wanting to point fingers and everything. I'm just saying more of a working together type of a group. Not not that this coin is superior and this and that. I just think, I wish that other people could get past the how do you say, maximalist view. I mean, now I could probably ramble on for hours here, but like with Roger Ver, I like Roger Ver. I really do. I like what he did. Because you look back at the Bitcoin forums, he preached decentralization and this and that, but you booted people out for voicing a difference of opinion. That was wrong. That was not what it was intended to be. And then what's been voted on recently? Nothing. Can't reach consensus on shit. And size of the blocks was the only difference. Digibyte helped out BCH, Bitcoin Cash, for Roger Ver. Look at how fast those transactions are. Remember back in 2017 how long it took when the bottleneck happened? That'll happen again. So I don't hold a whole lot in Bitcoin anymore. I do hold some, mainly for the family. It's just socked away. I was there back in the day when Roger Ver came out. Oh shit. I'll get it in a second. Came out and said, your everything is safe on the exchange and this and that, talking about what was it? Mt. Gox, Magic the Gathering.